Alright, live stream should be live. Just a few minutes before All Stars is starting. Let me know in the comments if there's if you're not able to see or hear anything. Once it gets going, I'll try and get something to show the score periodically as well. But yeah. Also, Evony just messaged me that for any people that put their ID in the comments here, they're going to give you 200 gems and a 1-day speed up. So if you're enthused by those stellar rewards, make sure to put your ID in the chat, and I'll make sure to get it and make sure that everyone's getting those rewards. Alright, before it begins, we got a couple minutes. I just want to kind of go over the matchup and kind of see what we're actually going to see hopefully tonight. I'm pretty excited about this matchup actually. It's going to be a good one. So I'm doing Group B of C1 All-Stars, and this is going to be, like I said, a really good matchup. You got Waggy Monster. Pretty sure he won last All-Stars. Parker's good. Nas is good. I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's really good players here. And even some smaller players that got in, which is great. Probably mostly due to the ability to heal marches, because when I was playing prelims, basically people died left and right, but they just healed individual marches and were able to join rallies and stuff, and they were able to get points from that. So good for them. This is the team that I'm actually going to be spectating, the Stallion group. So Docs, the 164 people seem to have this thing. Welcome to 164. I don't know who that actually is, but Bama, I really like Bama. Bama's a really amazing rally setter, in addition to a whole bunch of other people. But I've played All Stars with him a couple times, and it's always been a really good experience, because he's just such a good rally setter and understands the game really well. But yeah, lots of people here. Yeah. Let's look at Bear. 164 again. Dang, they have a lot of big people on their server. 24 billion, 31.4 billion. That's crazy. Yeah, man. It's cool to see all the names. This team I don't know too many people on. Played with Piggy Bank on the last All Stars, so that's cool. And then the Bear team, Bob, later C1 server, used to be C2 I think, then just moved and is still, I mean, amazing power for C1. Clark, I think is also known as Geist. I think he also won one of the previous ones, so also a pretty good team. I mean, there's just amazing players left and right here. So, all right. So how do I join? hopefully we can get that sorted out. Don't have any mails or anything here. So hopefully I'm actually able to see the match. Come on, Evony. What the heck? Assuming this is where I joined from, but there's nothing to join here. Come on, Evony, get your stuff together. Try resetting my game just in case, but it doesn't seem like that's what's going on here. Excellent, we got some. There we go. Okay, finally able to get in. So let's figure this out. Oh man, of course, Evony with the glitches. Looks like their setter can't get in. And it looks like it's the exact same thing as last time. So, which is really annoying because it seems like constantly the Stallion team is getting screwed over, where they can only try and zoom out a little bit. They can only get like 19 people in. Guess they got 20 now, but the same thing happened to me in prelims. I was on the Stallion team. We weren't able to get anything, so it really limited our ability to advance because we were really down early in the game. So. Looks like Waggy's already setting. Oof. Come on. Which is already excellent. Okay, so this looks like where Stallion is setting up. Hopefully their people can get in. It's really annoying that kind of happened. Let me. Bama setting. Waggy setting out Mr. Wick. Got a few reigns, but probably is going to port out of this if he can. Unless he didn't. 10.6 billion. Maybe it was canceled. Seem to be setting and canceling a lot. Setting on Ben Skywalker, ported. We set on Dougie. Looks like they had a march going to Bama. See if he lets that hit or not. Looks like he did. That one might hurt a little bit. He was at like 24, 16. That's pretty decent. Okay, well that's not right. Man, this is so glitchy. Looks like Elpin just got rallied. Looks like it got out of it, so that's good. Ooh, I'm sorry guys, this is really laggy. But what can you expect from All-Stars? Rip was zeroed. Waggy setting on, that looks like the other setter for Stallion. Welcome to 164. Looks like he's sitting there, taking it. Unless that's just a fake. These rallies keep bouncing around, so looks like they're setting a bunch and faking them. Did actually hit 164. Went down to 18.1 bill. It's a decent amount. Bama set on Waggy. Lots of setting and not sending, it looks like. Oh, looks like there's just some serious lag on my stream. Sorry guys. Let's see. Looks like he took that. 11.4. Doesn't seem right. Maybe he healed or missed it. Yeah, so basically the strategy for a lot of these big players, or I mean smaller players, any player, is to not take the rallies because you just lose. Yeah, down to 8.2. This guy took a second rally. Down to 13.4. Bama setting again. So annoying. Let's see if we actually have. Nope. Lots of glitches here. Okay, and that's messed up, but. Yeah, so I guess while we watch the carnage, let me know what server you're from, who you're rooting for. Jeez, it's just I'm not able to get any of these rallies. I hope that the players aren't experiencing quite as much lag as we are. that should clear. Oh, ported. Something coming to love. Looks like that's gonna hit. Nope, ported. All right, this score is still messed up. I'm getting a better thing up for the score. Let's look at, they're setting on love again. Let's see, the ports are still relatively high, unless that's also not updating. Now ports are still pretty decent. Looks like love ported away from that again at the last minute. Great for him or her. Alright, let me show the score. Yeah, so looks like currently Bear's in the lead. Wow, they're really in love with love. Ironically, 9.4 billion. That's in a pretty good space for a decent clear. It's also right next to the Lion team, so that's not great. Oh, look at these glitches. This is insane. Again, I can only hope that the teams playing are not experiencing this amount of glitches. Tom's setting on Bob. Bob's a big guy, but he's already down to 12.4. Let's see if he ports. Looks like he didn't port in time at least. Ooh, and got a double tap. That might not be great for him. Ooh, 7.1? Not too bad. Must have gotten some rains. Ooh, 2.9. That's right for a clear, I think. See if they keep setting on him. Yeah, this is what happens is a lot of times people will just try and solo to get that last clear, and they don't do too well. But it looks like that was probably a clear there. He'll probably start burning in a second. Yeah, let's focus somewhere else, I guess. Waggy setting on Tom. I think Tom was also setting at the time, so see if he gets out of it. .7. How's Bama doing? 6.9. Yeah, people are just getting evaporated. It's like Tom might have gotten out of the one that was sent at him. Still at 9.7. Setting on a lot of people, but as usual, people are reporting. Setting on, oh, no. Setting on Mixals. Probably gonna port. Looks like he called back his troop. Yeah, already ported. That's the one way that you can kind of tell that someone ported even when it has an update on your screen, is you can kind of just click, and if there's no attack button, that means that they ported already. let's update the score. Bear is still in the lead, but Bob is number 1. And yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, Stallion, just like my battle, is trailing behind, probably in part because they weren't able to get everyone in at the beginning. They now have everyone in. Looks like some of the other teams don't actually, but still, that's just crazy. I keep going for Constantinople and I keep falling for it there. Yeah, looks like we got some people cheering for Opal. Opal definitely faced Opal at some point. Super good. Outclassed our alliance at least. And also Sun Tzu. Yeah, we also faced Sun Tzu quite a well. We used to face Sun Tzu a little bit more. Let's go King DB. King DB looks like he ported. See if I'm getting any reports. One of my friends is actually in the battle, so we're able to get some reports. Ooh, it's not an amazing report. What were they sending? Probably, ooh, Archer. That's a big one on Bob. 5.4. Looks like a big siege. Let's take a look quick. Yeah, big siege for sure. That probably took out a lot of their range troops. Oh yeah, look at that, cutting into the range troops. That's setting it up for a nice clear there. So yeah, hopefully my buddy Ben Skywalker will keep sending those reports. Setting on Bama, and Bama's also setting, so that's ripe for a clear. Let's see, no. So many lines. But yeah, if you haven't been in All Stars, it is a different level of play. Oh wow, looks like Bama full healed. That's something. Guess he's going for that castle. Personally, I'm not super. I mean, I'm interested in any of the All Stars castles, but this one seems to be kind of the worst out of all of them. Man, Bear's taking a commanding lead. Bama's up there, rank 5 for Stallion. Go Stallion, but it looks like they're in last place, similar to the battle that I had. And let's take a look at some of their ports too. Looks like they're maintaining decent levels of ports. That's always super important. But Lion is getting a little low on ports. Missing some action. Missing a bunch of rallies that disappear. I can't tell if these rallies are, looks like they're, Mr. Wick took one. That's a 0. Thompson and Sigu, that looked like a pretty small rally. Bama's taking it again. Oof. Hopefully got some rains in there. That could be a big one. Down to 13.3 again. And they're on him. And yeah, typically they're going to go after some of the rally setters because they know that they're going to try and stay because they're in rallies and stuff like that. So and they want those rallies to hit. And so if you set right after someone sets and they don't cancel, they're kind of screwed. Looks like that got ported. That's the other thing, is it's just complete port. port stars as they call it. Opal. Opal's at 5.4. You never know. Some of these people have crazy buffs, but unless you get a bunch of rains at 5.4, you're not gonna make it and ported. It's on Atentico. Yeah, server 232. Yeah, Ben Skywalker. I think you have Grey Wolf too. Maher maybe. Pretty good. Good server there. I'll keep refreshing these scores too. I had something that was going to do it automatically, but with the lag, it's just not doing it. Looks like Doc's taking a rally. That was about a 4-bill rally. This one didn't hit. Ported instead. MC1. Outported. That guy MC1 took a bunch of rallies last All Stars and basically pushed me out of advancing. So a little salty at him, but can't be too salty. I don't know why they're on Opal again. Opal's gonna move probably. Yep, moved. Yeah, it would have been cool if I could have gotten in on the chat, the line chat. Oh wow, dang, that hit. That's gonna be a decent clear. Wow, Bear is just extending that lead. Who's on Bear that's doing so well? Sigu, Sama, Kingtron, the 164 dude. Wow, they're just doing amazing. Let's see, it looks like another pretty big hit. That's a 0. What else is going on? And they're really trying to get Opal. Hopefully Opal hangs on for you guys that are rooting for it. Opal. Yeah, man, seems like Doc's just taking rally after rally. Probably just trying to advance. Hopefully he's getting somewhat positive points. Yeah, it's just crazy that the scores on that are just not correct at all. Let's see if Tom was able to port. Awesome. Looks like that was maybe a misset and soloed instead. Man. like Sigu's one of the main setters here. Oh, and Stallion bumped up into 3rd place. Good for them. And they're setting on Sigu. But it looks like Sigu ported, as is expected. Ooh, there's your Sun Tzu. We'll check out the score. Yeah, so lots of bear players in the lead here. See if I can keep scrolling here. Game's honestly so laggy that even scrolling the score is difficult. There's Chaps. Looks like Chaps is currently in a pretty good position. Hopefully stays that way. Ooh, that was a 4-bill hit on Welcome to 164. Seems like people are willing to spend some heal speeds on this. I kind of expected that people weren't gonna spend as many heal speeds on this because they spent a bunch on prelims and got the dragons and stuff like that. But I think a lot of the people that are here have already kind of gotten the dragons and stuff like that. So I guess, you know, they're kind of expecting to get through prelims. See how Tom's doing. Tom's doing all right. Docs. This is at 18.9. This person seems to be just taking rally after rally, unless they're porting. Oof. Looks like they took a double rally. Or no, one was just their troops coming back. Maybe they got out of there in time. It's 7.2. Yeah, actually I know that account. We played them in one of the last SVSs. They're big T1 trap people. Let's take a look at some of the people over here. Shack attacks. Big boy. Sama. 15 bill. Yeah, it looks like you, I mean, really to last at all, to even last one rally, you gotta be, either have crazy buffs, or you have to be well over 10 bill. Yeah, even this guy's not trying to play with rallies, and he's usually a healer. Let's see. That's a pretty clean clear on Bodhisattva. I was expecting to see some bigger clears though. For example, on prelims, I was cleared at yeah, basically 10 billion. Not exactly. I'd used some troops, but not enough to make me feel okay about it. But I'm not a huge coiner, so it happens. 6.1, that should be a clear. Is that just a solo? Man, looks like they're having some glitches. I keep seeing rallies go in the war, and when I go to them, they're just sending solos at him. So it looks like some of Tom's rallies are glitched. Looks like Bear's still solidly in the lead. Eagles in second, Stallions in third, and Lions in fourth. Waggy has taken the top spot. Not super unsurprising there. Waggy is a pretty solid player. Let's see. So this is the team that's in last place. Oh, and Bob is on fire, but he's at 18.7, so did a full heal. That happens, especially for some of the bigger players. Yeah, so basically what they're trying to do most of the time is they're waiting for the other team to set, and when they do set, they're gonna try and counter set on someone that's joining the rally to see if they're able to basically get back in time. And a lot of times you're not. Let's see if I can catch any of these rallies. Oh, that's not a rally. Let's keep refreshing the score. It's like, you know, a lot of the bigs are in the top places, so not super surprising there. Hopefully those that you guys are cheering for will advance. What's the biggest clear that you guys have seen from your rallies? Looks like there's a mine going up. Of course, everyone's trying to rally and rain and whatnot because these are absolutely critical. You see everyone getting zeroed in 1 or 2 hits. A lot of the big people even are taking 3-4 hits sometimes. I think geez, the mine or whatever isn't even showing up. So it looks like Stallion might have gotten it. Hopefully they can get a team heal and be able to throw some more troops at people without having to heal. Use those heal speeds. Yeah, one of the things that people started doing in All Stars is because people are healing marches, you can actually get a decent amount of points just by vulturing the people who are healing and trying to get them before they are able to really get to ghost their player or their troops. See if this guy pours in time. It's like a little bit slow, but might have gotten him. Yeah, at 5.7. It's not too bad. These people clearly have some pretty good buffs. Clark's down to 9.5. I think he was around 20 at the start. Yeah, looks like Stallion's holding on to third place, but Lion's getting a little bit closer, and Bear is still solidly in the lead. Oh, this is really annoying. Oh, they're set on Clark. See if it hit. Looks like it didn't. See who still has some troops. Lonnie still has some troops. Looks like Lonnie might be soloing, but looks like they set on Lonnie. So see if Lonnie's able to get back in time. Otherwise that might be a nice, yeah, boarded already. Alright. See. It's like Ben, my buddy, got zeroed already. Not super surprising. He was only 6 bill, which for 50 bill rallies it's just nothing. Port. It's like ported. They're just trying to pick this person off. 4.3 billion though. Maybe not a smart solo. Although with people's buffs these days, you know, you're able to do pretty well. Supported in time. Amazon love letter. 9 bill. Love letters are usually a pretty good archer target. Yep, and they're sending archers. Not sure if that hit or not. Looks like it might have ported away. JDH 8.2. That was a siege. But again, not sure if it hit. That's the annoying part about some of these battles, is that you just send rally after rally and everyone has to speed there and back, and people are just porting. So that's why and already ported. That's why you can see if an alliance is running short, or a team is running short on ports, which it looks like they all kind of have enough. That's when you need to be worried. That's basically how I got zeroed in prelims. Is didn't realize we were out of ports. Went to port. Didn't really call for rains because I thought I was going to port, and unfortunately couldn't port in time. Well, couldn't port because of course we didn't have any. Let's see, looking at 164, taking some rallies. Looks like they got up to third place from that. Yep, and people are supporting. Drop Tom. 164, looks like he's taking another rally. Dang. Not really porting out of rallies. Probably should be porting out of some of those. Yeah, I'll try and show some of the points. It does kind of glitch a bit as I go down. Is there a specific person that you guys are looking for? I'll try and get to them. Let me see. Maybe I can. But most of these people are spending a ton of speeds, and they're they're still not putting up amazing scores. I mean, they're for the these people are probably used to putting up, you know, at least 20K a matchup. Even some of the ones, you know, that I've played with before, like Tom's one of their setters, and still is only 13K. I think partially that's because he's porting out of rallies, which is smart. That's what you should be doing. Because yeah, I guess for those that don't really know, the All-Stars, the point structure is a little bit different, where it's not just like how you advance. Basically is the first team gets wow, looks like they finally ported. The first place team gets to have 20 of their top people auto advance, which with 100, you know, 100 player all-stars, that's, you know, only 5 people are not actually advancing. So here's your Sun Tzu. Looks like he's got some points to get, and so does Ben Skywalker, my buddy there. But the game can change quick, especially again, kind of going back to the scoring. If Stallion can get into second place, then they can get 15 people for free. So 15 people auto bid. So let's say if Ben Skywalker or Sun Tzu was, you know, 14 or 15 on the team, they would still get in, even though they're not in like the top 50 to advance. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to scroll here. It's pretty laggy. Golden's a big boy, and he's not doing so well. Looks like we just got to Opal. Opal is at about 6.4K. Definitely needs some more points to advance. But as people kind of stop healing, I've seen the people that are able to keep healing are able to kind of push further. So, man, and the other thing I'll call out here, Elpin unfortunately just got zeroed, but you see all of these people with their dragon decorations, and that means that they have at least 3 dragons that are level 12 already. For reference, I have 0 dragons that are level 11. So, and I've been working pretty aggressively on it. I haven't been pushing the smaller dragons quite as much because I have Layden, so I don't really need to be pushing my Celtic Demon. So I'm mostly just doing it for points and, you know, unlocking those buffs. Man, we're almost done scrolling through. Come on. It's like it just takes forever to update here. Huntress. A lot of Stallion people kind of in this mid-bottom range. Just want to get to the bottom here. Motto was on my team last for prelims. Looks like he's not doing amazing. King to be, I already saw that he was zeroed. There's your Thorax. So looks like people need some more points. Another 232 player, Grey Wolf, definitely needs points. Ethor, Lonnie, Terrence, and you can see some of these people. Like this guy probably just got zeroed and didn't heal at all, and, you know, maybe called it an early night. Yeah, I see they're talking about Golden. Golden does usually play defense, and Golden, for at least some of the battlefields that I've seen, used to be kind of used to be kind of notorious for healing, and I think he got some of his wings that way, or some of his dragons and stuff that way, before they kind of implemented this multi-team one. See how the team's doing. Not that I'm really beholden to any team. It's like Bama zeroed again. Loves healing marches, it looks like. Let's see, Docs is probably healing. Yeah, it looks like taking rallies. There's some players that are able to coin and just take rallies and you know, heal. It's like Tom might have taken a rally there, down to 9 bill. Yeah, definitely. Level 11 dragons are super hard to do, especially the more advanced ones, the Nidhogg, the Laden, All Stars dragons, even Dragon of Thebes takes a ton of XP to advance. So yeah, that kind of shows you how crazy some of these coiners are. But even then, you're capped at 10 refreshes a day. It gets super expensive, but people with gems are able to do it. Yeah, this person, I wouldn't be surprised if this 1.8 bill, if they healed all of their T1s, which I think they have like almost 1 billion of, and then are trying to get people to attack. Clark's getting rallied. 10.4. Some of the rallies are taking a while to set and launch. I think that kind of happens. Looks like they might have just canceled it. But yeah, I know during our prelims, my team was unfortunately in 4th, so there wasn't a lot of people trying to heal and stuff like that. So yeah, unfortunately, we were running a little light on rallies. Looks like there's another mine. Jeez, come on, leg. I know there's a lot going on, but it's like Eagle has it right now. Eagle still has it. Who actually knows? Yeah, that's the other thing that people try and do, is they try and solo the people there that are pulling from the mines and stuff, but usually it's a splat there. Yeah, so Docs is number 1 overall. Looks like Docs and 164 are healing a bunch. Waggy, of course, is in the top. Probably most of these people in the top have completely maxed Military Academy 5, which is again incredibly difficult to do. But well, I would say difficult to do, but also maybe just very expensive to do. See how that rally did. 4.9. I don't know what it was at the start, so. They're setting rally on Joker. Looks like, yeah, he healed. The one thing that you guys need to be aware of is if you heal, you should always reset the game, because you want to get your subs back. Because if you heal and you don't have your subs, you're in for a world of hurt. Looks like they ported. Let's get a little bit of a score update. That hit? Can't tell. Nope, doesn't look like it. Refresh one more time. Looks like Bear is still solidly in the lead, but for those that care about the Stallion, they are now in second. Woohoo! Good job to some of these people that are probably healing and stuff. Eagle looks like they've kind of flattened off a bit. Maybe their people aren't healing, or whatever. And then Lion is pretty solidly in last place. So, yeah. That's not meaning at all that Lion can't come back. I've seen some pretty incredible comebacks, but you know that doesn't always happen. Ooh, they're setting on Sun. They're setting on Tom. Let me click on one of these. Tom poured out of that. Tom reset on. Ooh. Tom was taking another rally, I think, from Clark. 7.5 bill. See if he stays. Nope, ported. The one kind of thing that this game has gotten a little bit unbalanced, in my opinion, in terms of the All-Stars, because it's no longer like people get zeroed, people have to heal completely, people have to actually intelligently heal. Now you can heal presets, and so now it's just insane. You have low powered people. I will say it's done great things for low powered people, but not super great for the people who have built a lot of power and stuff like that, because they can essentially just work on their buffs, spend a couple hundred days of heal speeds every time, and then basically be able to advance. Ooh, that looks like a 0, or very close to a 0 if it wasn't. Alright, looks like we're giving a shout out to Melon Lord. So hopefully Melon Lord's doing well. Looks like Stallion's hanging on to second for the moment, at least. That can of course change at any point. Love to see people hopping on and supporting their teammates. It really is a lot more fun when you can see the people play at kind of the high level. I wish I could show you this, essentially in the speed that it's actually going. There's tons of lag on my side, and I can't click on some of the rallies, so I can't show you which ones people are getting zeroed on. That was 9.9. See if it hits. Probably not. Nope. Way late. It's probably actually a lot closer than what is showing on my screen, because of some of the lag. Yeah. So thanks for reminding me about getting the subs back. So basically, when you run out of subs or whatnot, if you reset the game, if you like hard quit out of the game, if you quit all applications or something like that, and then come back into the game, where it has to kind of reload completely. Typically it'll give you like 1 or 2 troops in your subs, even if it didn't have time to fully regenerate. It's kind of a little bit of a glitch, but it's an easy way to kind of get your subs back fast. It's not really, if you keep attacking and even you know, kind of you lose your subs and you continue to lose your subs, this doesn't always work. But if you kind of attack and lose your subs once, or if you get zeroed or something and lose your subs, if you hard quit out of the game, come back in, typically you'll have at least 1 troop in every sub, and you get your debuffs back. So if you're ever without debuffs, try and do that as quickly as possible. I know it's not really safe to do it in some battlefields and stuff, but if you can port away and do it, that can be a pretty good thing to do. Yeah, it looks like Huntress just took Siege Rally, looks like. See how people are doing. We'll just heal in marches. Bama heal again. That looks like Bama healed again. Don't know. Intruder. Intruder maybe? Wow, look at this glitch. It's showing that there's 2 people in that same spot. But yeah, definitely ask any questions that you have. If you're new to the game, if you're not new to the game, you know, anybody, we're all constantly learning about the game. Honestly, the game is constantly changing, so it's not just that that, you know, things are you know, you just have to learn a set amount and then you're good. This one's a little bit bigger, clear, but still, you know, still not quite as big as what I'm expecting. It's like they're only getting like 44 in their rally. Full rally is typically 50 million, more if you get some of the rally things. But yeah, ask any questions. Since I'm not able to follow some of these rallies and stuff, hopefully that means they ported out of that. I'm happy to, you know, kind of discuss anything that that you guys are seeing. Yeah, it's interesting to see when people heal too, because some people who are healed or who were zeroed really early on are now healing, kind of healing back to full, and so I wonder if some of those people were basically waiting to see how the team was going to do, and after they saw that, oh, my team's kind of able to my team's, you know, doing okay, then they're like, okay, now I'll heal. 7.6. It's like that was maybe a big siege. Sent out some archers there. But yeah, so it does seem to be a little bit more of an interesting game in terms of there's different strategy. It used to be the strategy was have good buffs, be fast, you know, get in the rallies quick, be able to, you know, call for rains quick, whatnot. Now it's how fast can you port, and how fast or can you get lucky on the team. Honestly, getting lucky on the team is more important than I think Evony would like to admit, because as I talked about, that top team gets all but 5 people in, which is just insane. Like the fact that you know, you can have people on that top team that might have scored in like the bottom quarter and they're still advancing. That's just, you know, craziness to me. But I know that they're trying to prioritize winning and prioritizing that that competition aspect there. Ugh. It's like a lot of people are just going to buildings and stuff. Looks like Stallion actually kind of dropped back a little bit. Like I said, this is anybody's game still. You know, the Eagle team jumped back up, and Stallion kind of has stayed the same. I wonder if Stallion people need to heal more, or if people are kind of running out of heal speeds. 6.4 or 6.4. See if that lands. Nope, boarded already. Yeah, you can see a lot of this. A lot of these are just people messing around with portals and stuff. It's like Docs is zeroed. So from like almost 30 billion to zeroed. I shouldn't show the score there. It's not right. It's like all the hives are kind of starting to spread out. That's something that happens a lot more in these battlefields now, is that you'll start with a nice tight grouping, and then over time basically you'll get everyone will spread out because they'll port away from rallies, and then they'll just speed into the rallies, and it's not even worth being close together. But it is kind of great. These teams are doing a great job on portals. Looks like Lion, Bear, and Stallion are running a little bit short now, but I'm sure when people see that they're running short, unless they're actively attacking and stuff, I think people are pretty good at grabbing the portals and stuff like that. It's a lot easier to get portals now. You're able to kind of just sit in them for 30 seconds to get a port, so that helps. Yeah, okay. JDH. Let's go, JDH. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's take a look through some of the scores again if we get it. Bama's at 12. Sir Luigi is at 16. Jeez, come on. The other art that people are really starting to perfect is porting right at the last second. So what some teams will try and do is they'll just set a bunch of rallies and get people to port all over the place, and so that they lose a whole bunch of ports, and they never actually intended to actually send those rallies. So what good players are doing is they're actually waiting until the rally is sent before they actually port. It's a dangerous game, especially with lag and stuff like that, but it is something that people have been doing more and more and have gotten a little bit better at. All right, Archer Tower defense. Honestly, I would say Archer Tower is not super important once you get to be a decent size. Archer Tower defense doesn't really scale well for the number of troops that people are sending at. You might get like a couple thousand troops kills, but you're not going to kill 50 million troops in a rally. So it's every little bit helps, but it's not something that's just crazy important. So I don't usually prioritize Archer Tower unless I'm trying to increase archers. Archers typically require Archer Tower, which itself requires walls, and so that's why everyone has to do walls and stuff before the next keep level comes out. It's like player from FUC is doing all right. Number 13, Meddi Bodhisvatva. Leon YOLO, Big Bang, Parker, Samu War. I don't know which team Devarok is on. But yeah, it's like some of these people that are notorious for healing are kind of hovering in those spots where they might advance or not, depending on how their team does. Bear is doing really well, so these people are probably all fine. The Lion team, or sorry, Bear team, people are probably doing just fine here. So all the people in red. Chaps sitting at 45. Unless Stallion does pretty well, probably needs more points there. Alpin. Yeah, so Joker's asking about spiritual beasts. So spiritual beasts are not super useful when you get dragons and stuff like that, but spiritual beasts are helpful at the beginning, and it's helpful to have the mount one for joining rallies, because it gives a double drop bonus. Sun Tzu's sitting at 62, Opal's at 61. Maybe they'll I think they jumped up a bit from last time we looked, so maybe they'll still be able to do it. Huntress. And Skywalker's there. Someone was asking about Thorx before. Checking on dubs. Let's see. Come on, leg. Yeah, Tom is really good at porting at the last second. So good on Tom. He probably should have been zeroed many times already. And then he ports immediately and then resets, which is awesome. That's really what you want to do. And they were able to port. Come on. So you can see the team that this is. This is Group B of C1 All-Stars. So if you're not on C1 All-Stars, you can switch from the drop-down to server 2 through whatever 280 or whatnot now, and then you can choose that first one, and then you can pick the Group B, and that's where we'll be. Trying to get to the bottom. Grey Wolf definitely needs some more points. Looks like maybe someone didn't join yet. Yeah, let's see if I can find dubs for you. But I also want to keep looking at some of the rallies. Fortunately, a lot of people are going to buildings. And yeah, let's refresh the score. Yeah, so looks like Eagle took a pretty commanding lead on Stallion now, and that looks to be in big part from Waggy. So Waggy's looks like he's doing well, carrying the team a little bit, and yeah. And then okay, so you saw that Tom was setting, and then they counter set on Tom. So Tom already ported. Tom's great. Tom's one of the better porters that I've seen. If you watch Sing's stream, there's some people who are just ninjas. So like port and then immediately set, and everyone speeds in. Some of these people are speeding in a little slow. But they're setting a whole bunch of rallies, and that's how you're able to catch people, is you port, then you immediately set rallies. It's like Ben Skywalker is done with the heals and probably not doing well enough to spend more on the heals anyways. So let's look at how people are doing, if anyone's still alive. Looks like just healed marches. We know Tom's alive because Tom's Tom's able to port out of everything. This person has healed probably the G1s. Looks like Intruder finally got zeroed. For a long time took a bunch of rallies and stuff, and wasn't able to get zeroed, but looks like Hobbs really hasn't been touched. Did Bama heal again? Looks like Bama's just healing marches at this point. The other nice thing that you can do now with the big rally sizes is the rally setter is important because they have the big war hall, and so, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many troops you send. So if you're zeroed, you can heal literally one troop and set the rally and send it with 50 million. So even when people are dying, they're rally setters, they're no longer out of the game. They heal a couple troops, they send the rallies, and yeah, they're able to kind of keep going. Yeah, so it looks like Piggy Bank has soloed this person, and I don't think it went well because they have like a billion T1s, and it doesn't look like it went well. See who else is still alive. Love is not alive. Pretty much everyone's burning. We'll just put it that way. Love you guys is still alive. What a positive message for the game, you know. All right, let's update the scores. Sama has taken the lead from Waggy. Let's go 164. So these 164 people seem to be healing a lot and probably have amazing buffs. Dox is still up in there. Clark, I expected him to do well. Bob's up there. Sigu, Tron. Yeah, all these people. Bomba's still up there. Sir Luigi. Yep, taking those solos. So that's what that account is built to do. So hopefully for them they can keep it going and really advance. Yeah, usually I would say, if regardless of what team you're on, if you're around like the 30 mark, you're probably good regardless. But obviously if you're on a winning team, you're able to be a lot closer. Ooh, and look at this. Lion has actually started catching up to Stallion. So Stallion's got to watch themselves. Otherwise, they're going to be taken over by Lion and get 0 free spots. Yeah, so some of these people, even though they're like 40 or 50, you know, they're probably still relatively okay with the rankings, just because they're on the winning team. It is super interesting that the scores really haven't changed all that much in terms of the rankings, and they're about at 1 million points. Some of these points are just absolutely absurd, and it's basically because people are able to heal marches. The scores were never that big before that, because people had to, you know, either heal. Oh yeah, here's your dubs, 49th place. So again, they're on the Bears team. They might be okay, they might not. It's a little too laggy right now for me to count how many people. I'll kind of try and go through it at the end, assuming that you know, it's kind of all the lag has hopefully stopped a little bit. But let's get back to to it a little bit. And I think a lot of people have started going to buildings now that were zeroed, and so they're kind of just hoping to get some points. You can actually get a decent amount of points from buildings now, and fairly quickly, but the problem is that there's a lot of other people that are also dead, and so a lot of people that just bounce around and take all the buildings, try and keep the ports for their teams. It's like Dubs just took a rally and is zeroed again. How's King DB doing? Bob heal. Yep, looks like Bob healed almost to max. So a different Joker at 10 billion. Clark might be on fire, but everyone's pretty much been on fire at this point. I would assume even Waggy's been on fire. And I mean, we saw Dox. Dox is maybe the biggest player in this battlefield. But yeah, next time I see Clark, I'll check, see what their power is. But I think Clark's probably going to be okay based on the score so far. I mean, Clark's in 5th right now, 75k points. You're probably pretty solid there. But actually, let's take a look at this. Let's refresh this one more time. Lion has indeed taken over Stallion, so Stallion is now in 4th place. And Bear, of course, is still winning. Eagle is in 2nd. So the people that are in like the top like 20 or 30 from Stallion team are still probably pretty good, but outside of that, you're risking. It looks like Tom finally was caught and was zeroed. But yeah, outside of kind of the top like 20, 30, you're risking not making it. So some of these people are pretty close. You're probably all right. So 50 people advance from this, half the people, but it doesn't feel like that when you're in the battle, let me tell you. So someone's here for Sama, 226, currently in ranked 1. Great job for them, and their team is also winning. So they're clearly doing something right there. So they've taken turns and maybe Bama setting again. They're just, I mean, they're just trying to do anything. I don't think they're gonna flip that with 3 players or 4 players, whatever they had in there. But everyone's just hoping for that team heal so that they can keep rallying again. It does seem like people are healing a little bit less than in prelims. I think likely they're just not really as much to fight for. Okay, it looks like that guy got zeroed pretty handily. That was a full rally. But the castle for this is defense buffs, and so a lot of these players, I mean, they're attackers for sure, and so it's having a castle that's fully defense buffs. I think it's like defense HP and maybe defensive siege attack or something. And so I mean, those definitely help, but it's not really what you're looking for if you're kind of a big coin or big attacking alliance. So So Bear has topped 1 million points. Looks like Tom's still setting. Definitely healed March or so. Looks like he canceled. Send a rally to Bear. Ported. And some people just have really good defenses. If you've done a lot of the military academy research, that gives you a ton of defensive buffs. So it ultimately it doesn't really do too much, you know, against some of these 50 million rallies, but at least it doesn't let you get zeroed in one hit. Yeah, so Clark definitely got zeroed. Maybe the first time, maybe not the first time, but their team's doing okay. They're fighting, duking it out for third place. Stallion has caught back up a little bit, but they're still fighting. So they still have definitely some power here that could be killed. Honestly, sometimes later in the All-Stars battle, it's not good to have power remaining. It's not good to have people still alive, because that's just more, with the game the way it is, where offense is so powerful, that's just basically more and more power that can be lost, and you know, people that can be easily zeroed, even if you have really good buffs. Yeah, so I also just started this channel. I'm planning on putting out content, so if you're interested in stuff like this, and more tutorials, battle report analysis, all kinds of stuff, please subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll be able to be notified about all the new things coming out. The other thing is, Evony did say that they're willing to give people a stellar gift of 200 gems and 1 day of speed ups if you put your ID in the chat. So if you do that, I'll make sure to take note of that, and you'll get credit for that, and they'll send out those gifts later. Not much, but you know, if you really want it, you can post your ID. Yeah, one of the buildings that's been fought over quite a bit this battle is, of course, Constantinople, because you get the 80 scores for a minute instead of like the 18 or 16 or 32. Almost just teal and marches. I know people were here for Opal. Opal's got some power, but it looks like probably just teal and marches. Tom seems to be the main setter at this point. But really, just, it seems like maybe having some glitches happen or something, because I'm seeing him send with like 2-3 troops. or 2-3 marches, and that's just not going to do it against these people. Take a look at the score. Lion has advanced their lead again. Looks like Stallion really hasn't been able to connect with anyone for a bit. Bear is still solidly in the lead, and Eagle is in second place. Tom setting. See if that connects. What was that, 9.9 bill? If that connects, that will probably be 2 bill. Probably one about even. I think people are not able to send quite as good of marches anymore, so people might not be healing as aggressively. Yeah, awesome for your alliance mate from 226. They seem to be doing pretty well. And 164 people seem to be doing well as well. Clark's of course doing well. Sun Tzu looks like it's getting a rally. 6.2. C ported away. Good to be quick. 164 is dead and hasn't really healed, but I'm sure if it got close, they would start healing. Looks like someone's trying to solo Opal. See how that goes. Seem to remember Opal is pretty solid. That definitely came out negative for the person attacking. Yeah, so I guess when I said put your name there, I mean your Evony ID, so the actual number that you can find when you open up your kind of name your profile on Evony, and it'll have like a number to like 145231 or something. I don't know how many numbers it is, but something like that. And that's what you should post in the chat if you want that that small reward that that Evony is granting. Looks like Eagle is kind of stagnated a little bit. Let's see if Lion keeps on going, they might have a chance at taking Eagle. So they're still a ways away, but you know they can definitely do something. I think they're setting on Dawn. 9.5 bill. Looks like they're sending pretty small rallies. They might still do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, looks like about 1 bill, which I guess depending on how much they had might be something. Looks like they maybe had like 20 mil, and they were trying to set a double on it, but unfortunately missed out on that. They ported. Yeah, it used to be a big thing where people would port swap or do things to actually try and get people to attack them, because defense was essentially how you advanced, because you got a lot more points and people's defenses were built strong enough that they wouldn't be zeroed in 1 or 2 rallies. And so, yeah, I haven't seen anyone port swap in a while in All Stars. So I play on server 44, so an older server, but yeah, we definitely have, unfortunately, not a super united server. Our power is split between kind of 3 main alliances, and you know, a lot of players have kind of gone inactive. So Mazarak is what you're looking for. Let's see if we can find him or her. Itachi is here at 31. So with the Lion team, they should be in solid position if they can keep that. Yeah, you see 2 Parker here. He's a big account. That's like a 20 some bill power, and not sitting too pretty yet in here. But you know, Eagles in 2nd place, so probably okay at that stage. Okay. Haven't seen Mazarak yet, so likely kind of in the bottom, unfortunately, here. Dubs is still sitting around 51, but Bear is leading, so might do okay. Opal and Sun have kind of consistently advanced. Tom as well. Intruder took a bunch of rallies at the beginning, but seems to be sitting kind of low here as well. Oh, here's your Moza Kraka, 264, sitting at 62 place. So if you're looking for server 530, that's not going to be in continent 1. So that's going to be on a different stream here. So I won't be able to show you their score, but there should be another streamer that's doing that battlefield. But happy to keep you here and see kind of what C1 All Stars is all about. JDH. It's like getting some solos. I imported away. Setting on Don B maybe, or Don 8. But doesn't look like there's anything there, or even before I could even click on it. Wish they could show me some battle logs though. That would be nice. Kind of all sitting relatively close to each other. So here we found Waggy. Waggy is zeroed. Like I said, pretty much everyone's zeroed. Golden is still alive. As you guys said, he plays kind of defensively, so probably healed. But didn't want to take that rally, so poured away from that. Some people will kind of heal and then wait until like the end, when people's rallies are a little bit less strong. You know, if you're only getting 30 million troops sent at you as opposed to 50 million, that can make a pretty big difference. So, I mean, Waggy's still doing pretty good here. He might not be sending real marches again or anymore, because yeah, it doesn't look like he's getting too many more points, which, you know, with his buffs, he really should be. 6 Ranger. Let's look back at the Stallion team. Bomba setting. Bomba set on someone. DB still has some power. See, did Docs heal? Docs didn't heal, just healing marches. And that's probably because he's sitting at 7th. Matua is at 12th. Bama's still sitting up there. Joker's sitting at 24th. So 24th is pretty solid. That's going to get in unless he drops a lot more. And then let's see what some of the other people were looking for. Itachi's still kind of sitting right at that kind of middle point here. Every once in a while, school for me. Dubs is still sitting at 51. Opal's at 52. Sun's at 55. Server 195. Who are you looking for from 195? Your Moskraka is at 61. Yeah, so the last time I looked at Grey Wolf was pretty far down in the rankings, so he might just be doing buildings and stuff, kind of similar to what it seemed like Ben Skywalker was doing. Thorax is at 74. Not seeing any 195 people, but hopefully that means that they're at the kind of beginning of the list. There's Ben at 86. Mythor looks like, yeah, we're kind of at the bottom here. So I think, yeah, Grey Wolf is probably not really in contention unless he managed to get significantly higher here. Unless I'm not seeing any more here, but okay, there we go. Yeah, Grey Wolf is sitting at 99. Looks like he might not have healed really since the last time. Just kind of a bummer. He's on the bear team, so if he had been healing presets and been joining rallies and stuff, you know, maybe he would have been able to advance a little bit higher. Yep. So Love You Guys is a little bit closer to the top. Again, this scrolling is just not taking. You can see that I'm trying to scroll and it's just not going. So I don't know if that's on my side or if that's just Evony being slow. I know every All Stars is kind of nuts with you know, the lag and stuff. So Love You Guys is in 14th place, looking pretty good to advance. Yeah, so server 575 is not going to be on this stream. That they're in a different continent, either continent 2 or continent 3. I don't know quite where the cutoff is there, but yeah, you're going to want to find the stream for that continent. It's like Don8 ported. Yeah, let's check on the team scores. Looks like Bear is still solidly in the lead, and Eagle is solidly in second. Lion is solidly in third, and Stallion has dropped back to fourth. Every once in a while, Tom seems to send a solo. Oh, it looks like trying to clear some of those troops. Oh, so here's Sama. For those that were interested in seeing if he's still alive, definitely zeroed, but healing marches. They're kind of off in the middle of nowhere. The play for All Stars is not always to actually hive up near buildings and stuff, because that makes it a lot easier to see. So I'm gonna bookmark some of these hives so that I can get back to them a little bit easier. Waggy and Eagle team are still setting pretty aggressively. Still hasn't healed. That's kind of to be expected. You don't really want to heal a lot of times, because if you heal, that's more power that the enemy can get. All right, yeah, I'll try and go back through the scores. I know you guys are interested in that. Looks like Stallion team has gained a little bit. So Golden's in 15th place. He's gonna be fine, I think. Also on the Eagle team, so. Diablo and Yamato, we actually play you guys reasonably a lot in Battlefield, or at least used to. So I know you guys are solid players. At 26th is Yamato, 25th is Joker. Warwitch is at 29. Again, on the Eagle team, so probably doing okay there. P's getting a rally. See if he managed to port it out of it already. Oh, he ported right next to them. So let's keep trying to scroll. Trying to get down to 70th position for you, but it's not scrolling. Come on. Diablo's in 36th on Lion. That's kind of right at that cutoff. We'll see if they advance or not. I wanted to set something up that it would automatically scroll, but with all the lag and stuff, it's not even scrolling when I'm manually doing it. So the automated scrolling wasn't working either. Dub still at 51. Seems like kind of similar scores for a lot of these people. Senzu. Rocky at 64. Piggy Bank 185 is at 66th. And then we're so close to 70th position. Just give me one more scroll. 195. Relentless. Okay. Yeah, Relentless is at 71. Thorax is at 72. You can see as the game kind of goes on and on, people will try and solo and kill those any marches that are not hidden away. Hobbs looks like Hobbs might have taken a rally there. Hobbs still had some power left over, but let's see what Hobbs is at now. 5.9 bill. So that was a pretty devastating rally if that was just a single rally. Let's see, Relentless is sitting here. Also on the Stallion team, but definitely zeroed. An update on the team score. Yeah, so Stallion and Lion are still duking it out. If Stallion can beat Lion, that's extra spots for them. Ultimately, third and fourth place don't really matter, in my opinion, because in third place you only get 5 auto bid spots, and so most people will have at least their top 5 that will advance regardless. So, you know, let's even if you look at just the Stallion team, I mean, you have Docs at 6, 167, probably somewhere close there. 164, I mean, I love you guys at 12th. And then, so that's already 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 is already at 18. So even if they got an extra 5 free, these people are already advancing. So it doesn't really make much of a difference to go to between third and fourth. But if you get into second or first, that's a huge bump. So who do you play for, W Bucks? say I hate you in Battlefield. I don't hate most people in Battlefield. It's a game. Most of the time I'm just annoyed sometimes that my team isn't able to join faster or stuff like that. Yeah, I would love to do more streaming of Battlefields and stuff. Kind of similar to what Sing has and stuff like that. But right now our Battlefields are a little rough sometimes. We don't have a lot of active players that join on time, and that definitely really kills your ability to rally and do things successfully. We have some weeks people join and we're able to really do great things, but unless you have everyone show up at the beginning, if you allow the other team to pick you off, you're gonna lose. Just quite frankly, no one, even Sir Philip by himself, he's gonna come out negative against most big rallies. Maybe not against all alliances, but against the top alliances, he's gonna get zeroed every time. Even prelims, 50 million Archer rally, he came out a couple bill negative, and he's 60 bill power. So really, no one's safe at this point. Does anyone have anything that they're curious about the game, or anyone that they're particularly interested in the battle or whatnot? This guy healed a lot in prelims. We hit him definitely a couple times, took off 5-6 bill each time. I wish I could show you some of the reports. There's one actually super funny report that we had that we didn't actually clear. It was like an 8.6 bill player or something like that. We said an Archer rally and didn't clear, which was kind of surprising because it was a pretty decent sized rally. But basically they had like 300k troops left. So yeah, it was the closest that I've seen to about even pretty much ever in Evony. Like, Evony is notorious for very one-sided battles, and that's actually, in my opinion, one of the reasons why some of these battlefields can be a little unfair at the moment, because if you zero someone, you pretty much don't lose hardly any troops, but the other team loses so many troops, and so there's the score imbalance there is just wild. Yeah, HMB 238. It's always fun when we play you guys. We tend to take out some of your little guys, and again, if we had some of our big people on right away, we maybe last a little bit longer and play a little bit tougher. We've definitely had some good matches in the past. Let's take a look at some of the hives. It's like, is anyone still alive on the bear team? That looks a little suspect. You always have people at the end boarding near the other hives because they want to get rallied. Not so much anymore, but when the rallies aren't so big, you still get some. Which player from HMB are you? So Eagle team still rallying. Looks like Waggy actually healed some power. maybe there's just not a lot of rallies happening anymore, so decided to heal some power, maybe pick up an easy win on a rally. Got it. So you're asking about subsidy generals. So for subsidy generals, you're looking to prioritize debuffs. So don't worry about any any uh, any gens that are like, oh, construction speed or something like that. That's not super important for subsidies, um, but uh, but you're looking for debuffs. So Yamato's doing pretty well still. Tachi's at 32. If they stay there, they're probably pretty good to advance. But yeah, so let's get back to the subsidy generals. Subsidy generals are trying to prioritize debuffs, and I would prioritize archer debuffs because that's what most people are hitting with. Unless you're kind of a lower powered player, that's what you're going to be hitting with most of the time. And so if you're a free to play player and you're looking for people in the tavern, I would say the single best general that you can get, and get a couple of them, is Andrew Jackson. He debuffs archer attack and also debuffs mount troop HP, and so it's also really good for archer attack or attacking someone else because you're debuffing the mount HP of the other player, and mount HP can be a little bit tricky to get. So yeah, I would say Andrew Jackson's really good. 6E is okay, but we're kind of getting to the stage where debuffs just aren't enough anymore. It used to be where I could max debuff pretty much everyone, but at this point, not really. I think I was at like 750 archer attack debuff or something like that, and that just wasn't enough, unfortunately, to prevent myself from being zeroed in a single rally. But yeah, Evony's really increased the buff capacity, but has not really increased the debuff capacity, especially on defense. They've increased the debuffs on offense, but they haven't really caught up with the debuffs on defense, and so that's where it's kind of gotten a little unfair. That and just the rally size in general. You know, you're sending like sometimes 15-20 marches at someone, and that's just incredibly difficult to defend. Yeah, so I'm on server 44 in the NMB Alliance. Yeah, we've seen you guys a couple times, but haven't done it quite so much lately. So that's basically all that we have. Let me see if I can show you some of these scores before we leave. Bear won, Eagle went second, and Lion is in third, and Stallion unfortunately got last. So so that means that 20 people from the bear team will advance, 15 people at least from the eagle team will advance, 5 people will for sure advance from the lion team, and 0 people will get in for free from the stallion team. But you know, as we talked about, they still have enough people kind of getting in there. So okay, I'll just close out of this because this is not really useful for us. But let's see if maybe I can get a little bit of scrolling here. So scroll through kind of all of these things. Looks like Bama will advance, Joker will advance. You guys were interested in them. Love you guys will advance. Sir Luigi. Basically everyone at this point will advance. Yamato will advance. basically at this point we're starting to get into the questionable territory. I know someone was asking about Itachi. Itachi may or may not advance depending on kind of who scored above them, but should still advance, I think. But let's look at the greens. There's definitely more than 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so more than the automatic bid. But yeah, I would say Warvich is for sure in. Tachi is kind of on the line, but probably will make it. Any of these red players will still be making it. Some of these Stallion players are really on the edge, might not make it. Diablo probably won't make it, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. Yeah, these are the rankings. Come on. Yeah, so you're asking about debuffing Siege. So Siege attack is super easy to debuff by just using the arcade gear. So that should be pretty easy if you max a bunch of your subgens with arcade gear, which unlocks at K33, I think. And so then you'll be able to debuff, pretty much max debuff any siege attack. Siege defense and siege HP is not available in the gear, so that you're going to have to try and debuff from either a general that's more kind of all troops. So like a 6E will debuff siege defense because it debuffs all defense. Nero and Herald will debuff HP. Yeah, so it looks like unfortunately Tom, Sun Tzu, Opal, Chaps not going to make it, unfortunately. Maskraka, same boat. Maybe, I mean they're on the bear team, but this is pretty far down, so it's going to be a little bit tough. And then yeah, doesn't look like a lot of these people are gonna make it. But I'm sure they had fun. And Skywalker, thanks to him for sending some reports over. Congrats on making it this far. It's no shame placing poorly in semis. You know, you're against the top coiners in the game, top players in the game. So yeah, that's it right at Grey Wolf. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I'll keep trying to put out some content. Kind of your last chance to put in your game ID, the 8-digit number on your screen, to get a small reward from Evony. It's not super worth it, but if you want to, you can. But yeah, for people talking about getting hit with ground, the main thing that you want to debuff there is going to be the ground defense. Ground attack is not possible to get. Ground attack defense debuff is not possible to get from gear. So you have to get that from research and stuff, or debuff generals. But I would say that it's more important to debuff the defense and HP on ground. But really, I mean, with ground, if you don't have enough cav layers, if you don't have kind of the right buffs, ground is super powerful right now. And so it really depends how you're building. You can build like a T1, a lot of T1 mounts, like 50 million or more of T1 mounts, and that can help you protect from ground solos. But other than that, if all of your mounts have been wiped out and you're low on ground, or your ground debuffs aren't super great, you're not unfortunately not going to do amazing. So that's where those ground clears come in. They're kind of fun when you're attacking and they happen, but not so fun when you're on defense when they happen. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys sometime soon in further streams or in battlefields. Can't wait to face HMB again. You guys can talk some shit to me when you get to that point. So, but yeah, I'm gonna close up the stream now. Thanks for watching, guys.